All right, guys. You've already watched the video with the lady pouring the water from the cone into the cylinder. I usually do that demonstration in class too, but I always end up spilling water all over the place. So I get to stay dry this year and show you the video instead. But when she did that, it took her 3 cones to fill up 1 cylinder exactly. That means that a cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder. So that's how we find the volume of the cone, is we use the formula that we had for cylinder, the pi times radius squared times height, and then we multiply it by 1/3. Well, you don't really like multiplying by 1/3 very much, and I don't either. I'd much rather say instead of multiplying by 1/3, we can divide by 3. So you do the pi times radius squared times height, the cylinder formula. Whatever you get, you divide by 3 because it takes 3 of those cones to fill up that cylinder. So I prefer to, and I'm going to use this formula. I'm going to use pi times radius squared times height, then divide by 3. It's just easier to calculate with. So let's take a look at this cylinder we have here. Or sorry, this cone we have here. 6 right here, well, that's the radius. It goes halfway across the bottom. And 4 is the height. So they go into the formula. So I'm going to replace pi with the decimal for pi, 3.14, times the radius squared. The radius is 6, so 6 squared. Some of you already do the radius squared in your head and put that number in here. You already put 36 in there. That's fine, no problem there. Times the height, which is 4. Whatever I get for an answer, I'm going to divide by 3. So let's do some calculation here. 3.14 times 6 squared is 36 times 4. And then whatever I get as my answer, I divide it by 3. And I get an answer of 150.72. And that's what they say. They say round to the nearest hundredth. There you go, tenths, hundredths, jackpot. I'm going to show you one more and show you something else you can do instead. Let's take a look at this. And this is a tall, skinny cone. The radius is 2, and the height is 9. Okay, so my formula I'm going to use is still the same formula. Pi times radius squared times height, and then divide by 3. But this time I'm going to do it a little differently. Just because it says you can enter an exact answer in terms of pi. Every time you use 3.14 for pi, I think we talked about this, technically you're using an estimate. So it's never exact. You can keep the pi symbol and not make the decimal if they give you the option to leave it, as they call it, in terms of pi. And that makes it more exact. So this time I'm not going to make the decimal for pi. I'm going to leave it as pi. Times the radius squared, well, 2 squared. Some of you are going to put 4 there already. That's fine. Times the height, which is 9. And then divide by 3. So I'm not going to do anything with pi yet. I'm just going to do the 2 squared times 9 divided by 3. So 2 squared is 4 times 9 and divided by 3. And I get an answer of 12. So now my answer is pi times 12. Or I could rearrange that, like think about pi as like an x, even though it's not a variable, it's a constant. But you wouldn't write x12, you would write 12x. So I'm going to write this as 12 pi. 12 times pi will give my answer. So I'm going to type that in. Well, how do I do that? I type in 12 and check it out. In this little set of tools they give you here, they give you a pi. 12 times pi. Watch this. So if you want to, you can leave it that way. Or you can multiply it by 3.14. It'll get you the same answer. Or the same result, you'll get the right answer. All right, go ahead and find some volume with cones. Good luck. Have fun.